The year was 2013. I was 15 years old, and at this point, my mother is freaking out about the fact that I haven't yet got my first period. She prayed, she said that if you give her the period, I will do this visit to the temple. She told me to eat lots of papaya so that there's more heat in my body. And she also went to this temple on the outskirts of Vishakhapatnam called Simhachalam. And she comes back and she tells me that I prayed that you get your period. And funnily enough, I don't believe it was divine intervention. I did get my period after a week and a half. And my sister comes to me that early morning that I got my period and she says, your life is about to change. You have to be calm about it because it's going to be a lot. My mother called all my relatives and told them that I got my period. But she didn't say it like that. She said that Pratyusha Hadavid Chesi, which literally translates to she has caused commotion. And then she brought a coconut leaf home and she made me sleep on it for 3 days. My food was served without me being touched. I had to do my own dishes, I had to do my own clothes. In case someone touched me, I would have to wash their clothes. It was a whole thing. Hi, I'm Pratyusha. I work with Boon and I'm also a Youth Ki Awaaz Action Network fellow. When I finally moved out of home for college and I stopped following all of these, that's when I got thinking that I need something else besides a disposable pad, because the guilt of using something disposable is getting to me as a sustainability activist. And I finally found about the menstrual cup, but I didn't know anybody in my network who used them. It was very intimidating, and in general, mothers are not supportive of anything that is penetrative into the human body. But then I realized that if nobody in my circle uses it and can't help me, then I want to be the person in their circle who has used it and can help them. And that's where the whole idea of working in menstrual health happened. Then I realized that through the course of my working in menstrual health that I wanted to do something about the fact that we use these code words and code languages when we talk about periods. This communication needs to change. And so, as part of our campaign titled Periods and Patrakars, we are looking to develop a draft of reporting guidelines for journalists so they can report on menstruation more responsibly. Now, why is the media the entry point? Because media builds culture. Everything we know about the world, whatever we're thinking about, whatever we're talking about, is because we consume media about it. If the media does a good job of reporting menstruation, our odds of having better communication about menstruation dramatically go up. But that being said, there are a lot of things that you and I as consumers of the media can do. So one thing that we can do is to hold space for people to talk about the agency or the lack thereof when it comes to products. We grow up thinking because our sibling or our mother told us that disposable pads are your only option, that is the only option. So we need to exercise our agency and explore what options there are. We don't necessarily have to change to another option, but we deserve to know what else is out there. So in your capacity, learn about the other products that there are and talk about them in your circles. The second is the agency to declare your period or not. It should be your choice and your choice alone whether you want to tell somebody that you are menstruating. And for that, you should also respect someone's choice to not declare their period. One simple example that I can think of is boys saying, PMS kar rahi hai kya? It's insensitive, it's reductive, and it forces somebody to declare their period whether or not they want to. The third thing that you and I can do is build spaces in our friend circles where people can openly discuss their complications about their periods, because periods are not all hunky-dory. It's not all about the product. It's not all about the stains. People work with debilitating pain. People deal with very irregular periods. People deal with uncharacteristic hair growth on their body. There are so many different things that come with the word period that we don't talk about enough. So hold spaces in your friend circles. Hold support groups for people with disorders. Find people with disorders, create a support group, share resources. Just build community, because that has such a huge role to play in making menstruation a little less complicated than it actually is. And finally, I urge you to consume media more responsibly. Hold the media critical. When you see that a sensational headline is being written, if you see that trans menstruators have not been included and it's been only written as a cis women's issue, if they are citing inaccurate data, or if they are not backtracking their data in the sense that they are not allowing you to go back to the data that they cited for you to get more information on it, build a movement from the consumer perspective, because no matter how many toolkits we build, you make the magic happen, because जो बिकता है वो दिखता है, and we have to ensure that जो बिक रहा है that has to be responsibly reported or demands for responsible reportage so that we see more of it.